行前の点検を実施してください。
Hi guys, it's Wombat, and yes, that is my Fuso Super Great 5, but the most important thing is where I am. I'm on the Tokyo Bayshore version 1.307 by Kawasaki for ETS 130. Let's get this truck on the road. So I did a review of the Project Japan about a week ago or so, 2 weeks perhaps, and said that it had a lot of prefabs by Kawasaki from his... I am so sorry for saying this, but yes, I said the defunct Tokyo Bayshore. And in my tiny bubble it was defunct because I hadn't seen an update for Tokyo Bayshore for like a year or so. That is right, I hadn't been looking either. And you know, I was dead wrong because at the same time Project Japan came out a day or two later, this one, the version 1.307 Tokyo Bayshore came out. Boy, was I wrong, and I do apologize for that. Especially to Kawasaki. So sorry. Kawasaki is... I don't know him personally, but I know what he have done for Project Japan, so I gotta say it. I said it the last time in my Project Japan video as well. He's the nicest guy ever. He gave all his work to Project Japan to use as they like. And you're gonna see a lot of his work in this video as we drive through Tokyo down to Yokohama. He's done a ton of buildings, and I have no idea how he managed to cram all of them into a 81 megabyte download, because Tokyo Bayshore isn't bigger than that. And yes, it is more or less the Tokyo, whoops, my bad, the Tokyo Bayshore area, but it's on a scale 1 to 3, so it's pretty big anyway. The 1.307 version that we are holding on right now is a beta version. It has been it has been updated several times during the last year or so, it turns out. And the 307 version has some improved performance. It has some fixed incorrect definitions, several other small fixes, and a new AI bus, a WillerExpress. Never heard of WillerExpress. I suppose it's a Japanese company that is known in the Tokyo area. Well, we're gonna see a bus or two, a WillerExpress or two as well, because they seem to spawn a lot. A couple of negative things, or negative, they're not really negative. This is one of the great things about Kutsu. He's very honest. It says so in the readme file. North of Kawasaki area has not the detailed scenery, and that's very true. My headquarters is in that area, and the first time I got into this map, it looked like I had set my mods up in a incorrect order. Turns out I haven't. It's just not very detailed in that area. But the only time I've been there is when I go to my headquarter or I leave my headquarter. That's the only time I'm in that area anyway. So it just ignore it. But the first time you start this map up, it's going to look like, oh shit, I did something wrong. You probably didn't. The map requires its own profile, and we're gonna go through how to set it up and get the mods up in the correct order. And there's a couple of interesting things about this map and its relation to the Project Japan. It uses a couple of files with the same file names as Project Japan does, and the reason for that is that Project Japan borrowed a couple of files from Kawasaki. Turns out they are not in the same version as or the file size at least, that the two files from Project Japan is. So you could either rename the files, or as I did, just let them overwrite the files in Project Japan to kind of get the latest versions of these files. And as of recording, that's working, and the reason it's working is that I'm on Project Japan version 0.1 beta patch 1, and I am on the Tokyo Bayshore version 1.307 that came out after the patch 1 that I'm running on Project Japan. It might very well be that this doesn't work when Project Japan comes out in version, say, 0.2 or whatever, or in the future, but right now that is working, or at least it looks like it's working. I fired up the Project Japan after overwriting its files with these ones, and I did a couple of hauls and everything looks fine. So my guess is that since the Tokyo Bayshore files are a little bigger, they contains more prefabs, and that's it. So there's a couple of other things I should mention as well before we go into the actual setup of this map, and that is the bridges. It seems like, oh, that's nice, the Shinkansens there, nice. The bridges, they seem to defy physics, quite a few of them. They have a lot less pillars or pylons or whatever you would call them than nature would call for. I think we're gonna see that up here. Let's have a look. Yeah, there you have one of them. So the off-ramp to the left here, crossing over the highway, that looks more or less impossible, and over there is the next pillar. It kind of looks, it really looks fake. I wish there were a few more pillars. You see what level I have to go down to actually find something to criticize this map for. That is one thing. And the other thing I want to mention is that, yeah, there's a blue tone over the image, the video, and that's not the truck. I don't know why it's there. I didn't spend a lot of time trying to figure out how to get rid of it. Yes, I have a anti-bloom mod, which made it less white in the white area of the sky, but because it was totally blinding me, but there's still this blue tone, a blue filter sort of on top of the image. Don't know what that is. This is a beta version. It will probably, if it is the mod and not my setup or my computer, it will probably be fixed in a future version. Don't worry about it. Other than that, this map right now we are doing it with a couple of additional mods. We have a trailer mod that adds Japanese trailers. We have a Fuso mod that adds Fuso super great trucks to traffic, and we have a Jazzycat Japanese traffic mod as well. So we have Japanese police cars and a few Japanese cars that you don't see anywhere else in the world, on top of what the pack comes with. Let's have a look at how you set this up. So since the game requires its own profile, we start by setting up a new profile. Give it a very fancy name like I do here. Wombat Bayshore is my choice. And then you add a picture, truck, and a company logo and a company name before you go to the mod manager. And this is where all the excitement is. And the first file here, the Japanese license plate file, we're not going to use that for now, and the reason it has a severe bug that if used basically before you have bought and completed configuration of your first truck, adds it will crash your game, and it only adds Japanese license plates, so we're going to stay clear of that file for now. The rest of the files isn't that much easier, because as you can see you have two files named Tokyo Bayshore. But from bottom to top, the one with Tokyo Bayshore in its image, the one with the skyscraper, that one goes at the bottom. Then you have the Tokyo Bayshore music before you add the Tokyo Bayshore with a bridge image, and finally the Tokyo Bayshore AI file. And the last of the 6 files is then the Japanese for AI by Jazzycat. We add that on top and we're done. Let's confirm and then change the playing module to Vangan and then click create. You don't have to, but I'll skip the wizard. And then you don't actually get to select the headquarter, there is only one, so you accept that and confirm. So there you have it. The Tokyo Bayshore version 1.307 is not likely becoming part of Project Japan in the future. It's probably going to stay as its own mod, and the reason is that it's a different scale than the Project Japan is, but it's still Japan and it's Tokyo, and I just happen to love Japan, its culture, its people, so I'll try to keep up to date on updates of this mod, because it was a great joy to be back on Tokyo Bayshore, despite not many changes have happened in the last year or so. As always, it's wonderful to see all these prefabs that looks absolutely stunning and fitting for a map of Tokyo. This hall is just, I think it's 50 kilometers or so, but it's gonna take a while because of the scale of the map. So I'm gonna shut up and let you enjoy the rest of the haul. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. In any case, I hope to see you again next time. Take care guys, bye bye.